As children, we are often told, no, you can't do this, or you can't be that. We're molded into someone else's vision. We're taught that emotions are not okay to express, and this takes away our power. However, everyone has a unique gift, a message, a mission. And our experts here today are going to give you the roadmap to gaining back your personal power and publishing your message like a pro for profit, gain more credibility, and thrive on every level. So I'm super excited to share with you our experts today. Let's go over and say hi. Hi, Karen.
Hi, Laura. How are you today? My name is Karen Riddle Barno. I'm a content creator and author. You can find me across the social media, all the social media as Karen Barno, and I'm in Phoenix, Arizona.
Well, welcome in. And hi, Melanie.
Hi, I'm Melanie Hirschhorn. I am an independent publisher and book marketer, and my website is yourbigimpactbook.com. I too am in Phoenix, Arizona.
Awesome. Welcome. Arizona's in the house. And hi, Angela.
Hello, I'm Angela Lee, an author and children's TV show producer. And I am available on social media or on my website, angelalee.com. I live in Taos, New Mexico.
Oh, so wonderful to have you all here. And we have an exciting topic here, a really important one about, guiding people to personal power and also publishing prowess, as I like to say, because you all have some experience in that. So I wanted to ask you, Karen, first, what advice do you have for our viewers on on this roadmap to personal power from your area of expertise?
Take a chance on yourself, believe in yourself. I had a woman who loved to make high-end baby blankets. She had a full-time job, had 5 children, and she decided that she wanted to figure out how to monetize it. So we sat down and we worked out a plan. We worked through the blocks that she had that was holding her in place. She went on to do it. She makes 7 figures now making high-end baby blankets, and she's doing a fabulous job. So my advice is believe in yourself, ladies. Everybody has a blue rose, and a blue rose is your unique calling. What makes you unique on this planet? When you figure that out, you find your blue rose.
Oh, why a blue rose?
A blue rose is known as enchantment, enlightenment. You cannot create a blue rose. It's impossible. So if you go into a florist and they have blue roses, they've been dyed. It's impossible to create. They've tried across the world for years to create it. So it's taken on the meaning of a special ability. It's what makes you you.
So honor your special abilities and bring them out, and don't be afraid to. What advice would you give to someone who's like, no, that will never work? I don't believe that.
If you have the idea that it was poured into as your blue rose, and launch it, take it, go after it. Because if you have the thought, it's meant for you.
Beautiful. Well, thank you for that wisdom and encouragement. I think we all need to know that somebody believes in them. And I can tell that you do that for people. All right. So Melanie, I know you're in the world of publishing, and that's really awesome when people can use publishing for business growth. What advice do you have for our viewers to do that?
Well, I just want to note that I am wearing blue, so I feel like I brought some blue to this conversation. And looks like you did too, Laura. So it's good. Got the memo. As a publisher and as a book marketer, the best advice that I can give is that publishing a book in and of itself is not a marketing plan. And having a book that nobody knows about is not going to make a difference. That's why I like to say that the magic equation is publishing plus promotion to equal elevated thought leadership. And so that is what sets me and my company apart, is that we make sure that it's all built in together. So you have a book and a promotion plan at the same time.
And where would someone start after when they want to promote? Would they start during, before, after the book publishing process?
So I like to say, you should start yesterday, but that's a lot of stress and a lot of anxiety provoking there. So as soon as you can, whether you are writing the book, you've published the book, or even if a year has gone by and you realize that you weren't getting any traction, you can start promoting your book.
And how does someone leverage their book for business growth?
Okay, so having a book opens doors to stages like this and all the amazing stages that we have access to as part of the Women Speakers Association. Sorry, let me say that. And we also have ability to get on podcasts and to then develop new revenue streams, like creating a program based on your book.
Oh, I love that. There's so much. I'm sure we could talk for hours on all the ways to promote it. And I love that you say don't just focus on the publishing of the book, also focus on the promoting. I definitely think that's unique and very important. It's critical to that success and that business growth. So we're going to take on our passion projects with Karen. We're going to, our blue roses. And yes, I got the message. Have fun. And then we are going to get our words published, but we're also going to focus on promoting it. And then, Angela, what advice do you have? Because I know in order to, be able to do this and have the confidence, it needs to start young. And I know you help parents. So tell us what advice you have for our viewers about helping kids gain personal power.
So often parents will default to the behavior that their parents had. So you often will parent the same way your parent did, or if your parent injured you, then you will default on the opposite. And there's actually the most ideal parenting is high nurturing and high boundaries. So you're teaching limits and you're helping them know how to get through the world with disappointments, because those things happen. But you're also giving them nurturing so that they know that they are valued. And the most important information for parents is model the behavior you want to see. So if you're, like my parents said, do as I say, not as I do. And that has never, ever worked, not in any generation. What you need to do, if you see your kids on social media all the time, put down your phone and get off social media as an example of how you want them to behave.
Oh my God, you just dropped so much value here. The two keys to parenting and the modeling is so fabulous. I can't, just everybody, I hope you heard all of that. High boundaries and high nurturing. What a combination. They know they're loved and they know what they can and can't do that will work for them, right?
They have structure.
They have structure and structure is good. Oh, great. They need that. Okay, fabulous. All right. So we've got some advice. I want to learn a little bit more about each of you and who do you work with and what do you do with them? So go ahead and share that with us, Karen.
I work mainly with women leaders. I'm a reluctant CEO. 27 years ago, we founded this organization and I became the CEO and I didn't have the skill set. And so it led to imposter syndrome. I just never felt comfortable. And as I navigate leadership and talk to women leaders that are running huge corporations, I see that they still wrestle with imposter syndrome. They, people pleasing, all the stuff that we deal with. So I help them look within, figure out where it comes from so we can get it healed and they can step into their real power and stop playing small and start playing a much bigger game.
Awesome. And I want you to expand just a teeny bit on the story you started telling earlier about the woman you helped with baby blankets. Where was she at before and where is she at now after working with you?
She before was running actually running a nursing home and was doing quite well, was making a great income, but she just wasn't happy. Now she's making well over 7 figures. She has a huge team working for her just because she was able to get past that block of, first, nobody wants to buy high-end baby blankets, and 2, who is she to make high-end baby blankets? She was raised to always kind of take the back seat and never take the lead. And so when she realized she could take the lead, her life just exploded in such a positive way.
And that was just somebody believing in her blue rose. And
exactly. Her blue roses, she makes really nice, beautiful high-end baby blankets. It's her gift and she focuses on her gift, and that's your blue rose. Focus on what you're really good at.
And she gave herself permission to believe in that versus her fears.
Exactly. She overrode the fears that she had from childhood of not being good enough, not being smart enough, and realized that she could indeed build a high seven-figure business.
You helped her do it. Thank you so much. Wonderful work. So, Melanie, let's move over to you and ask you, who do you work with and how do you help them?
My favorite clients to work with are attorneys, wealth experts, and business owners who have a message and they know that a book is going to help them grow their brand as a whole. And then your next question was
Do you have a story?
a story. Oh, I have lots of stories.
How did you get to this, by the way?
Okay, well, how did I get here? Yes, it was totally circuitous. I started out as a celebrity publicist in Los Angeles, and then I got a master's in journalism. And then I worked on the radio, and I planned to have a baby, got laid off when I was 5 months pregnant, and then I did a pivot again and designed and manufactured breastfeeding clothing for 7 years, sold my clothes on Nordstrom and other places. And then I hired somebody to help me with my marketing. And that was the beginning of the end of my company. There was a lot of toxic stuff and I was getting belittled all the time. And so what I realized when I closed the business was the through line of my career is to elevate people's voices. And as a publisher and a book marketer, that's what I get to do. I get to help people see what makes them and their experiences unique and special and help them create a book that helps them market their business for years to come.
I love that. Elevating people's voices and messages. That's what we do here at Women Speakers Association. So we're so aligned and happy to elevate yours as well. So
Thank you.
awesome. And now we want to elevate Angela as well. So Angela, tell us who you work with and what you do with them.
So primarily my message is for parents. I think my ultimate consumer is the children because I'm a huge advocate for children. But I also understand that parents need to know the tools to raise emotionally healthy kids, or else they're going to default. And a lot of the parenting of the past was really unconscious parenting. So at least knowing the tools and understanding how you can approach the different issues that kids have, then you're empowering them.
Absolutely. And so do you have a story of how you help the parents and kids?
Yeah. So I have 3 books that are published. It's a series, the Bella Santini Chronicles. And on a certain level, it's wrapped in an engaging, magical story, but it's teaching children emotional intelligence, giving kids understanding of their own emotions and how to face their own emotions. Because really, of all of us, how many of us have been taught how to face sadness or anger and these things that happen to all of us? And we have no tools for dealing with them except what we see our parents do.
So would you
And
say these books are good for both parents and kids to read?
yes,
Oh,
yes, because the parents never learned emotional processing, basically. And so the story that goes with this is my first book had recently been published 3 years ago or so. And a friend of mine bought it for her 2 nieces. The little girls had lost their father to cancer, and they were 7 and 8. Their mom read the book to them. And by the end of the book, they could deal with the grief of losing their dad and understood the emotions that they were going through.
wow. What a gift. All of you are. And thank you for that work. And the stories is such a powerful way to share your message. I know, Melanie, you would for sure agree. So thank you, ladies. You women are just the epitome of what we have here at Women Speakers Association. Experts with a heart, a passion, a mission, a message to help others really transform their lives, their businesses, and make the world a better place. And so if you want to do what these women have done, go to Join WSA and become a premier member. If you want to put a toe in the water, you can certainly download our free Speaker Success Plan, and that's at speakersuccessplan.com. Before we end, I wanted each of you to share a little bit about the value that Women Speakers Association is for you. And Karen, would you mind sharing first?
The value has been immense. I get to meet wonderful women, hone my speaking abilities to be, have more confidence to take stages, to network, to be on opportunities like this. It just, I can't express how grateful I am that I found this organization and was able to become a member.
And we are so grateful for you too. Thank you. And Melanie, how about you? What's the value of Women Speakers Association?
I had really wanted to build speaking into my career, and I feel like WSA has really helped with that because you're giving me sort of a blueprint for how to make that happen. And before that, I was just wondering how, and now I have the who. So who, not how.
Awesome. Well, great. Glad you're doing that and you're with us. And Angela, how about you? What's the value?
Oh, there's immense value in being part of this organization. They provide training and there's networking. And I really joined because of the mission of the founder. And her mission is to empower women speakers, because in the speaking world, it was very male dominated. And so understanding that this nurturing and caring message that women can bring is important. So I love her mission.
Yeah, absolutely. I do too. Empowering women speakers, because yes, we are the ones who are the change makers. So thank you so much. This has been such a rich conversation, a wonderful gathering for us to come together and be able to showcase, your expertise. I'm Laura Rubenstein, your host and producer. It's been my privilege to interview each of you. Please, those of you watching, join us at either joinwsa.com or get on our mailing list and download our Speaker Success Plan at speakersuccessplan.com. We'll be back with another episode shortly of the Women's Speakers Association's WSA TV Women's Premiere Show. Bye for now.